In 1984, Ronald Reagan signed into law that created a national drinking age of 21. To start with, I want to look at why this law was passed and what it is trying to prevent. I believe that the laws need to be tweaked in college so students can be educated and provided with a safe environment while they drink. The law was initially developed in response to statistics that showed a correlation between the number of fatal car accidents and the drinking age. Basically, there were more fatal accidents in states with a drinking age lower than 21. Mothers Against Drunk Driving was one of the largest supporters of this law. They believe that when the drinking age is 18, there are more fatal car accidents, and it encourages more people to drink. They point to studies that they believe show that drinking under the age of 21 can lead to long-lasting cognitive ability, including learning and memory. Although MAD facts are correct about the relationship between fatalities in traffic accidents and underage drinking, they fail to acknowledge that many other steps were put in place to cut down on traffic-related fatalities. At the same time, the national drinking age was raised to 21. For example, the blood alcohol limit is lowered to 0.08. Also, improvements in vehicle safety features and seatbelt use increases 66% from 1983 to 2004, as well as better trained police to detect drunk driving and harsher punishment on individuals who receive DUIs. One has to believe that all these improvements in detection and safety has much more to do with a decline in fatal traffic accidents. It is a mistake for MAD to infer from the statistics that a drinking age of 21 is the sole reason for the decline in fatal traffic accidents. Another problem with this law is that it does very little, if anything, to prevent and stop underage drinking. It is seemingly impossible for this law to be enforced on college campuses. Right now, underage drinking is the second most commonly broken law, right behind speeding. It is estimated that only 2 out of every 1,000 cases of underage drinking are issued a citation or arrested. Since it is virtually impossible to enforce the law, many colleges have chosen to educate and have developed university programs that keep students safe while they drink. Currently at UVA, we use the ADAPT system, which stands for Alcohol Drug Abuse Prevention Team. Their goal is to minimize, and I quote, is to minimize the abuse of alcohol and other drugs in an effort to promote a healthier society environment at our university. ADAPT is a program that educates students on alcohol and explains some of the other programs that students can use if they are extremely intoxicated and need help. On their website, they list 3 different numbers that students can call if they need a safe ride home. The new university by no means promotes underage drinking. They simply accept that it is going to happen so they can establish programs to help students use alcohol responsibly, as well as educating them of certain systems that help keep students safe while they are drinking. UVA encourages students to call for medical help if they believe that a friend may have alcohol poisoning. They have created a program called Medical Amnesty that basically ensures that the police will not be informed if a student is brought to the hospital with alcohol poisoning. The university tries to educate its student body every chance they get. I'm sure everyone has seen the stall seat journal in the bathrooms where they talk about the buddy system, and they use statistics like 90% of students use a designated driver when they drink. Not surprisingly, all these programs seem to be working. While the alcohol-related deaths are on the rise, here at UVA, only 1 student has died from an alcohol-related death since 1998. The university seems to still be pushing for safer environments by attempting to end fraternity hazing. The Amethyst Initiative was created by a group of college presidents for exactly those reasons, with the goal to rethink the drinking age. That they believe that the national drinking age of 21 only promotes underground binge drinking. Currently, 135 college presidents have signed the proposal. The current law is essentially taking a whole age group and by large making them criminals. The law forces students to drink in a place without supervision, and therefore it can't be monitored. More importantly, the current law is forcing students who drink to obtain a fake ID. For example, in many cases students use other people's old IDs or who look like them, or to obtain alcohol or to get into bars. This very quickly turns into a much serious crime of identity theft and provides a large market for criminals to make fake IDs. Although the issue of fake IDs for students is pretty harmless, it gives criminals an easy access to very sophisticated IDs from websites like ID Chief. The drinking age of 21 created this $40 million market for criminals to make fake IDs, where IDs are so sophisticated they can fool the trained eye. On college campuses, the drinking age of 21 is ineffective, and it only encourages delinquent behavior. The government, I believe, needs to accept that it is going on at college, and instead of trying to enforce it, they need to create a safe environment for students to just have some fun during their college years. There really is no simple answer to this debate, but pretty much across the board, people will agree that in college the national drinking age does not stop any student from drinking. Hopefully this will eventually spark the debate so that in the coming years students can be provided with a safer environment.